Hello, I'm Luke Neller and welcome to Best Replays of the Week, where we select 5 replays sent in by you, the viewers, and showcase them for your enjoyment. Don't forget to vote for which was the best replay of the week at the end of the show. In this episode we have a paintless patriot, a teeny tiny tinfoil American TD, Polish Top Gun action, assassination toys, and a last second wonder. Roll intro. Let's start with a steel wall replay. The star of this replay is Lycaon 1905 in his T-26E5, basically a Patriot without the cool camo. A classic American with a sturdy turret, solid mobility, and a fast rate of fire. Definitely not to be underestimated. This is the new map, Empire's Border, that was introduced in patch 1.2. Beautiful rolling hills and fields in autumn. Lycaon heads off towards the sunset whilst defending on this assault battle. The cute T-71 provides good early info as IS-3 and T-44 rolls into view. Nice! Whoa, putting a shell through that gap once is luck, but twice? Impressive. The Reds may outnumber the Greens here, but overconfidence costs this Jagdpanther dearly. You know, if you outnumber your opponents, you should rush them, but all together. An accurate snap tracks the IS-3, and a 1-2 punch with an ISM ends one top-tier heavy. The ISM may fall, but allies rally as the tug-of-war continues. What a smart Tiger too! That position will be, don't oh gosh. Well, see you then. But wait, the T-44 has returned the favor! Now we have a bunch of tanks shooting each other's tracks. There must be a name for this. Maybe a clusterfuck? However, since the Greens now overwhelmingly outnumber the Reds, this situation resolves itself. Many have asked, Luke, what's your number 1 survival rule? Help me out here, Lycaon. Exactly. Rule 1. Your mini-map is your friend. We can clearly see where the Reds are. Outnumbering the Greens both west and center. Had our hero pushed on, all would surely have been lost. Flanking the enemy column by taking the high ground is absolutely the winning play. The IS shows off the Soviet weakness here as the IS is unable to copy the strategy, throwing away one of the best guns the Greens had. But Lycaon doesn't panic, easily dispatches 2 enemy tanks without losing a single HP. You look like you could use a hand, IS-6. With the attacking column defeated, Lycaon gets a moment to think. Where's that Tiger? There! I knew it would sneak around! Lycaon and an IS-6 buddy just held a full enemy attack, but every other green tank has vanished, driving straight into an enemy ambush. This game is far from favorable, or over. One less enemy tank, but our IS-6 is in desperate need of help. Down to just 9 HP. A KV-3 and a 152 would normally be a cause for concern, but not for our hero, as careful play all game saved lots of HP. And a KV-3 who doesn't want support makes this super easy. GG. Well done, Lycaon. Your good use of armor and impeccable timing were key in this game. With 13 hits received and only 1 penetration, more than 7k damage and 2k base XP is definitely deserving of our Steel Wall Award. Congratulations! Moving on to El Haluf and Sav Normal in his Scorpion. No, not the big mean German TD, but this cute as a button teeny tiny tinfoil American TD. The biggest advantage of this gun on tracks is its tiny size and impressive camo rating. But don't forget solid gun and good gun depression. Do I also see 3 gun marks? Oh, this should be good. With a lot of TDs in this game, Sabnormal seems to be anticipating Reds chilling in their base. And chilling they are, as a friendly scout reveals a handful of base campers overconfident about their camo rating. Pick a bush, any bush. Out pops a Conway like a piñata, whose death is a devastating loss to the Reds. What a blind shot. What a double blind shot. Opportunities are getting harder to come by here. Oh gosh. This is the problem with too many people sniping from the ridge. The north is lost. Sabnormal has a plan for this exact situation. An Object 430 is far too tough at this 500 plus meters, but others are much easier. An MO2 out of nowhere charges our platoon mate. Sabnormal panics, ruins their shot and reveals their location. What are you doing? Run! A small profile and light in weight means that even with a damaged engine, the Scorpion can live to fight another day. Time to abuse that gun depression. Rule 7 in full force here. Bad news, the ground is hungry. Another rush shot. Are those nerves showing? A great fake allows Sab to get the drop on an aggressive Black Prince. Charge! Run away! Run away! Shells rain down, but nothing hits. You know what's better than turret armor? Having no turret to hit. That's more like it. A well-aimed AP shell dispatches the KV-4. Still, 3 enemies are pressing hard with the E-25 in the cap. There's no escape for the Black Prince. The remaining Greens squash it. That E-25 on the cap needs to be stopped. But a Senti AX drives out to stop our hero. Charge! Charge! A ram would be the end! That was a risky decision to trust auto-aim, but it worked, so... Time to focus. Time to focus. It's all down to our hero to decap this. Wait, don't rush in! My God! Lucky you're cute, Scorpion, because that was a 200 IQ play right there. I mean, if it works, don't fix it, but that was sure a lot of auto-aim. Either way, I'm now in love with this tank. Still can't deny a good game. Some crazy moments and great plays from Sabnormal, netting 5.3 thousand damage and 7 kills as a bottom tier TD. It makes you our crucial contribution of the week. For our third game, we are back once more to Serene Coast, this time with something a bit lower tier. The name of our hero is Muksus, and their tank of choice is the Polish Tier 7 45 TP Habitcha. We don't see this tank very often, so here's a quick rundown. A good all-round heavy tank, solid armor, hard-hitting gun, and fair mobility. Let's see it in action. Muksus decides to lead the charge in the east, as a good top-tier heavy tank should. This VK is the first to feel the sting of this gun, dealing 350 damage. What a shot! Ouch! The gun has had it! Don't worry, we've got a medkit for that. Also take note of the turret. It's positioned in the middle. This makes peeking really difficult. That's more like it! Right, exactly. There's no shame in calling for help when it gets the job done, but exposing your flank to the enemy base is shameful, Muxus. Taking the next ridge reveals the extent of the problem. With enemy heavy tanks providing the vision, the TDs in the back have free shots while unspotted. Better fall back whilst the armor still holds. Sniping the middle won't do either. Muxus needs an entirely new plan now. Yep, still there. The only thing left is to go back to base, which, as it happens, is about to fall. Great. Decent damage was done in the first 5 minutes, but half HP is missing, and we're 4 tanks behind. First on the list, AMX 12 ton. The Churchill falls while the Chi-Ri and AMX 1375 take each other out simultaneously. One ally left. With a Hellcat down, the deficit is back to 4 tanks in favor of the Reds. Next up, an E-25. A lucky break as it bounces off the frontal plate. Siren sounds. It's the IKV. But it misses. Suddenly, the KV-85 explodes. The IKV goes down, but with no allies left, Muxus has to do it all alone. But that's all she wrote for the VK. 3 enemies remaining. A 40 TP tries to play Ring Around the Rosie, though it doesn't seem to know the way around. Panicking, it doesn't even get a penetrating shot. 1v2 now. And here's the final boss, OI. Quick reactions and it's down to a one-shot, denying any kind of rush. Boom! Didn't stand a chance. Bonus fight, the Arctic. Muxus leaves nothing to chance with 2 clinical shots without even being seen. An example of how to carry as a top tier. Muxus did more than 3 times the damage of the next ally, racking up 8 kills and the all-important Kalabanov's medal, all while making it look so easy. A well-deserved Top Gun of the Week. Moving on to Prokhorovka and a scout replay. Last week we showed you a passive scout. This week will be something different. PS Kranka is in the smallest and stealthiest of them all, the ELC Even 90. It almost looks like a toy compared to the big mean tanks. Maybe that's why Kranka takes time to get moving? The faster from the start RU denies the opening scout, but a quick once around sorts that. Although nobody but that RU is getting spotted. Problem. Or not, as the RU makes a mistake and is taken out. Advancing is impossible though, with the Prima Victoria in the way. Same plan as before, head back then creep forward in the bushes. A part of being an assassin is having the patience to sit and wait. It's harder than it looks. I would have driven forward and died by now, for sure. Holy cow, that's an Object 268. What to do? Fight it? No, eek! Leg it! Well, that could have been worse, but at least our hero is safe. No, wait, are you? Yes! Kranka bursts from the bushes and unloads on that pesky 268, securing the kill. Only 2 tanks destroyed, both due to our hero. This battle is a slow burner. A low HP E5. The sound of the auto-aim reveals Kranka's intention. This is ridiculous, but amazing. That timing was perfect. This position is safe enough to watch the fireworks. Nice. that Prima Victoria is still holding the RU's old ridge. Time for another assassination. An ST-1 appears. No matter. Tis but a scratch. It misses. Break contact. Re-ninja. Viva la France! Sitrep. Not so bad. 2 tier 10 still alive for the Greens, but numbers are on the red side. A standard B barely manages to escape as a tier 10 drops. Not good. The 50 TP has engaged our final tier 10. If Cranker is to help, they need to hit every single shell. 1, 2, 3. Ouch! A Pershing! Engine damage! Oh, I scratched your back and you scratched mine here, 268. I'm on my way, buddy. With the rescue mission over, it's hunting season. That BK is too armored, Cranker. Attempting to flank, but the standard B had the same idea. Easy kill. No! No, no, no! Oh, the final shell hits home. A near disaster. Right, better get a move on. What the? That T-28 missed its shot before Sixth Sense even triggered. The hero armor is real in this game. That's the siren. 2 minutes left. And there's the Proto's bottom. This is now 3 versus 1. There's only one place Cranker can put shells into this giant. Only 1 minute to go. This is the last clip. Our allies are all out of ammo. 1 miss and this will be a draw. Closing to point blank. This is too critical. 1, 2. Yes! The behemoth falls and the little EOC stands triumphant. Victory! Wow, what a game that was. Fighting against all odds with the smallest of tanks, yet never giving up. Ever relentless. 13 seconds left. The numbers are on point, but this shows it's not your tier that determines how well you can do in a battle. P.S. Cranker, you are our Scout of the Week. Our final battle and another map. Oh, it's Minsk with Pew Pew 363. You know, in modern Minsk, there are so many more rides than shown here. The big wheel also lets you see everything in the city. Quite nice. Back to the battle. Pew Pew's tank of choice is the Soviet Object 430 Mark II, a medium tank with an oddly rear-mounted turret. This means even worse gun depression than usual, but better side-scraping potential. Crossing the river to get a better view, Pew Pew is half a moment too late to get a shot into the 5100. Got it. And messing around loses the second shot too, requiring a shot in frustration. At last. Good job. Managing the range to be just outside spotting distance offers some nice early damage on unsuspecting enemies. This 705 proves to be a tough nut to crack even from the side. And moving up to get a better shot is instantly punished by enemy TDs in the back. Got to take care not to lose HP like that again. This position offers much better shots. Not only that, it provides hold down cover without the need for gun depression. Perfect for a 430 Mark II. And finally, the pesky 705 goes down. It was costly as Pew Pew is down to half HP. The road is clear, but the circus is still infected. Time to bring the pain. But what looked like an even fight now turns into Pew Pew versus 2 Scorpions and a WZ. Shot! Make that 2 Scorps! I stand corrected. An AMX CDA 105 joins the fight. Our 430 is still in a good position, and now with support from a friendly FV 183 in the back. Outplayed CDA, a turretless TD should not have been fighting this close in a brawl. Most of us would be more than happy with the current stats. 6.5k damage combined is a monster game, but Pew Pew is hungry for more. The Scorp! It was waiting in ambush but only manages to hit the near side of a building from 2 meters. Off to the garage with you. But the game is looking grim. It's 9-12 with our RT cornered. This will require a serious carry. Pew Pew attempts to destroy the flowerbed reed in Minsk, but is spotted by Lukashenko. The siren sounds. Enemies are about to cap. More destruction of property as the Lurvy is spotted. And decapped on 0! Wait, it's not alone as there's 3 heavy tanks and Pew Pew is out in the open with no cover. Luckily this E100 is a side-on one-shot, buying more time. However, the Type 4 Heavy gives up the capping game, giving Pew Pew enough time to reposition. Baited! One less tank to worry about. Lurvy, your time has all of the RT. This isn't over. There's still more of them. Focus. Lurvy first. Wait, the was when we last saw them full HP FV is no more, and Pew Pew is alone versus the T110E3 and a Batchat 155555555. You know, this river has a lovely psychopath these days. Here's the Batchat. But ooh, skimming the roof. Staying cool under pressure, our hero puts an HE round straight into the weak turret of this Batchat. No need for a follow-up. Time is running short, and so is the ammo. On top of that, the E3 would only need 1 shot. Pew Pew fakes a move and catches the E3 off guard. 2 free shots are good, but there's no time for another ambush. The E3 fires early and misses. There's no time to lose. 3 shots needed in only 30 seconds. Pew Pew goes for it and fakes again. The E3 fell for it and can't correct in time. First in, 14 seconds remaining. Second shot into the engine block, but no fire. The E3 has only one option, and that's to reverse into the wreck, making this final shot hard. Pew Pew holds for the perfect shot. 1 second left! No heartbreak here. Wow, what a game. Going down to the very last second. Great mind games from Pew Pew 363 secured the win just as it seemed impossible. 8k damage, 10k combined, 8 kills and decapping in the last possible second, winning on the last possible second. This replay had it all. Pew Pew 363, you're our Defender of the Week. And that's it for this week. Remember to vote for the replay you think should be the best replay of the week by tap-clicking that eye in the corner and choosing from the show. Of course, only if it's there. Last week's best replay of the week, as voted by you, was Arkanthor, the T44 crucial contributor. Congratulations. I'm Luke Nella, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.